It's time for the Shoot Your Shot Scorecast, brought to you by PointsBet. It's America's fastest growing online bookmaker. It's a full service traditional sportsbook that offers customers more markets and rewards than anyone else. Live your bet life. Must be 21 plus. At the moment, only available in Illinois, New Jersey, and Iowa for our promo code. Sign up, go download the PointsBet app from the iOS App Store or Google Play Store today, or pointsbet.com. When you sign up, use our promo code Frustrate, and PointsBet will
give you a deposit match of anywhere from $50 to $250. Isn't that correct?
That's correct. You
Nice.
got it.
Good job.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a tiered deposit bonus. Deposit 50, you bet with 150, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We said deposit match. Is that the same as tiered deposit bonus?
I don't know. Mine sounded more official. It's been
Fine.
a while.
Also brought to you by the refreshing taste of Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
Dude.
It's so good.
No free
I am
ads.
addicted to that. Like,
That is good.
I think I need to get like a Coca-Cola Zero machine in my place. I run out of it within like
Whoa.
2 days.
You and I are going to fight now. Diet Pepsi.
Coke Zero is better, though.
Coke Zero is...
After us.
Well, speaking
We're
of
good to
zero, my points bet balance. It's been a little
I
bit
actually
of a
just
rough
put $10
stretch.
in my account today to
Nice.
do a same game parlay. Or not same game parlay, like player props.
The good thing is I haven't had to deposit money in probably, it's been like 3 months probably. But at one point I had
That's
turned
growth, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, it is. I had turned 20 and do 120 at one point, and then now it's back to like 40 to 50, and then at one point I had $7 left, and then I put all of it on a parlay and I hit, and now I'm back up around 30. So I've just like been staying around the same. I need another hot streak. I went on a crazy hot streak like a month ago where I think I won like 15 out of 17 bets or something, and
Well,
it's been downhill since then.
while we're sharing like the history of where we've been since it's been a while on this show, I've been bouncing back and forth between sports books. I was over at Barstool Sportsbook for a while, and I deposited a few times over there, and I stopped. I really like Barstool Sportsbook. I respect the people that work over there, and they do a good job because I get enticed by basically every single promo they have. Like every single promo and every single like Barstool exclusive bet. I'm like, oh, that sounds like that's definitely gonna hit. And I bet it, and I'll bet like $10 on it, and I lose it every time. So I'm just like, nope, I gotta trust my better judgment at PointsBet. And so PointsBet, I like it because I still have some boosters that I can look into, but it's not out of control like it is on Barstool for me. So
well, on other apps, they're so influencer based too, where it's like people, you're used to following certain people for their picks, and then not that they're trying to lose you money, because I'm not saying that they're not, but because of the people giving you the picks, it makes it easier to follow along even if the odds aren't great. So
I'm not blaming people for putting together picks or parlays or whatever.
Right.
Like, it's my own fault for buying into it so much. But no, like you're totally right, because like on PointsBet, it's like bet with Paige Sporonic. It's like, I don't really know who that is, but okay.
You can live your bet life with
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees, yeah. Here's Teddy Greenstein's Ryder Cup bet. Oh, okay. I'm probably not going to play that, but thank you, PointsBet. Appreciate
I don't
it.
do those either. Let me see though. Actually,
that's great though, because they have player prop bets that others that like that Barstool doesn't have. Like it's weird. Like,
Barstool doesn't have a same game parlay for the NBA
or basketball. Yeah.
When PointsBet got that was a game changer.
Yeah, I need that because
and they have their
I
boosters
have one
right now.
PointsBet, so
these are the boosters tonight for PointsBet. Which, if you're listening, obviously these won't still be there because this will come out tomorrow. But
suck it.
But no, they have like a NHL one. Nathan McKinnon to score a goal and the Avs to win plus 225. Jokic to score 25 points, 10 rebounds. Nuggets to win plus 155. So you still have those same booster odds and same game parlays with boosted odds and everything. So
but yeah, no. So anyway, I've been bouncing back and forth. My latest deposit on PointsBet, I'm still down on it. I had a rough start to wild card weekend. I had a really good return at the end, thanks to a same game parlay I hit, thanks to Big Ben's last stand.
Yeah. I hit big on a live bet on that too.
I had so going into the second to last Steelers drive of the fourth quarter, I needed over 100 yards passing from Big Ben.
And he got it on the last pass of the game, I think, or the pass right before that, maybe.
I think it was the last pass of the game. Yeah. No.
The one
Yeah, it was
before
the
that.
pass before it.
got in
Because the
the red
pass
zone.
before it, he went to 2-0. I needed over 200 yards. He went to 204 on the second to last pass. And then the last play, I was like, don't get sacked. Don't get
Yeah.
sacked. Because the sack counts as negative pass yards.
That would suck.
Yeah. And thankfully he didn't.
I placed a live bet because I was on a string of a lot of bad bets. I had bet Steelers plus 7.5 before the game, which obviously didn't happen. So
It happened
this is
in the
my
first quarter.
So what I did is, and this is my new strategy, is live bets. I'm going to look at player props because I didn't know this. The player props you can bet live too, and they adjust the line based on where they're currently at. So Pat Fryermuth had currently one catch for 8 yards, a little after halftime, I think, and it had adjusted his line to over 20.5 receiving yards. I was like, okay, the Steelers are down. They're going to be passing the ball a lot. He needs one more catch.
Yep.
And so I bet that. And then, he got it on the last drive of the game. And the odds were, minus 110. I bet my whole account on it. Gamble responsibly. But yeah, it's stuff like that. It's I feel like sometimes there's live lines for player props that it's just based on mathematically, oh, he had 8 yards in the first half. Let's just say his total is going to be 16.5 over under, but based on the situation of the game, you can kind of get an advantage because the real odds are higher based on they're going to be passing more, So. Strategy for you. I'm going to be doing that this weekend.
Yeah, and I don't mean for this entire thing to be an advertisement, but the other thing I'll say that PointsBet really has going for it is if I'm going to bet a parlay, I love doing same game parlays. It's the most fun to me because then when you watch, if you choose to watch a game, you have several different things you can kind of cheer for and focus on.
Yep.
And so the fact that they have NFL and NBA and MLB same game parlays is huge because I haven't explored every sports book, but a lot of other sports books I don't think have all of those as same game parlay options. So that is pretty sweet. And yeah, the live player props I think is a really cool feature.
And here's another thing. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to do this, but when you're doing your same game parlays, look for ones that stack on each other that are automatic. You can bet, all right, I'm going to bet the under on Ben Roethlisberger pass yards at 265.5 or whatever. Then you go further down the list and you see quarterback pass totals, Ben Roethlisberger, to get between 200 and 300, or to have less than 300, or some other number. It's a different way of saying the same bet. Sometimes you can click on that too, and sometimes it'll get a message that says this is not eligible based on another bet, but a lot of times it lets you do both. And I mean, both would obviously one would happen if the other did automatically, and it still gives you a little bit of a boost on your odds. So just another hint.
Another thing I've done that, it's technically it's risky, but what I'll do to try to pad my odds just a little bit is I'll pick a couple no-brainer ones. So when I was betting the Steelers KC game, I went to the worst possible odds of passing yards for Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes over 180 pass yards.
I think it was Pat Mahomes over 220.
Yeah,
pass yards, and I was like, okay, technically it's a risk because
you could get injured or something. Yeah,
right. But it's more than likely this is gonna happen, and so I played it, and the odds were minus 1250. It's barely earning anything, but it's just enough that it helps spike your total odds on that single game parlay.
It helps a lot when you're doing a parlay. Yeah. Same with if you're doing money lines. Hey, betting on a team money line to win when they're 10 points favorites might not do much, but if you put them money line in a parlay, it helps. So
get better odds.
Yep.
Good. I would try something new too as well. With PointsBet. So it hasn't really quite worked because I don't know, for some odd reason, like I do like a 6 dude parlay where you take the
Hot.
top like 10 scorers in the NBA to score over 20 points, which sounds like it would win. It would be like plus 300. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
the sixth guy would like get injured or he'd score like 19. It's like, man, I'm so close. But
I feel
like
like
it'd
that
be people
should
like
hit
Steph
more often.
Curry and like LeBron, like the top,
Mhm.
top 10 people to score at least, 20 points, which is simple. The odds are like really like horrible. But if you stack them, like you said,
Yeah.
it gets to plus 300 and you could easily hit it. So yeah,
Plus, you figure if it's over plus 300, you only have to hit it once out of every 3 days to make a profit. So,
exactly. Yeah.
it's
So
not
it's
bad.
not bad. Like it just I've gotten bad luck where like I guess like player gets injured in the middle of it or something, or they don't
Yeah.
get to 20 points. It's like how the 20 points is like easy these days, but you never
Right.
know.
Not for the Bears.
Oof.
Yeah, but basketball, NBA.
Well, that's true. Oh man. Anyway, so this past wild card weekend, like I know I said I started off kind of rough, ended strong. I didn't hit my bet for Rams Cardinals, but because I bet the Cardinals and that didn't go well. But how did you guys do for the whole weekend?
Overall negative. Not by a lot because of that Fryermuth parlay, the Hail Mary throw at the end that got me back close to even. But in my normal picks, it wasn't great. I was on the Raiders. I was on the Cardinals. I got the Bucks. I was on the Pats. Yeah, it was not great. I was on the Niners though over the Cowboys, but I feel like everybody was kind of predicting that.
Yeah. I was on
I didn't.
Raiders and Cardinals, but then I was on Niners, Bucks, Bills, and I had also played the Steelers plus 7.5, but my
Yeah.
parlay hit, and that's all I cared about.
Yep. I think
I had a crazy parlay that missed. The one that missed was obviously Cowboys. I bet the Cowboys. I don't know why I bet the Cowboys, but I thought they were better than I thought they were, but they sucked. I went 5-1, but I actually ended up doing a can't lose parlay on a different sports book, and it hit because they did the Steelers plus 21.5, which was great because they hit. So it was amazing. So I'm like, oh my
21.
god, that saved me. So
was like a teaser, like all the lines moved 6 points or something, or
yeah, it was crazy. It was the Steelers plus 21.5, the Bengals to win money line, and it was the Monday night game over 40 points. So
okay, yeah,
it was
not
basically a
bad.
teaser, but it was like plus 240. So
It's not bad.
The
yeah,
Monday night game barely hit over 40 points.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Oh man. Yeah, so I mean, wild card weekend, and check out the latest Frustration Nation episode whenever I get that edited and out. But we talked a lot about, was wild card weekend a success? A lot of people were complaining about like the competition of it and that so many games are blowouts. And it's just like, for looking at it from an entertainment and betting perspective, it's just like, hey, it's more football and it's more games that you can bet and have fun with. Like, yeah, maybe sometimes it's more fun to have closer games, but I mean, if you were on the Bills, if you were on the Chiefs, if you were on the Buccaneers or the Rams, you were able to just pretty much lay back and enjoy that game because your bets are pretty much safe.
mm-hmm.
Oh, that reminds me. I scored an anytime touchdown parlay. I got Devo Samuel. I
I got
had
that one.
Cup, and I had I forgot the other one. It was a running back, but it was like three of them. It was like plus 700. So that was a
Wow.
great win. So yeah,
Nice. I hit I had in my same game parlay for Cards Rams, I included Cup and James Conner. And both of them hit, but there were a couple other legs I did not get. But
yeah, I more football is better. Like, especially if you're a fan of betting, which I'm assuming you are if you're listening to this. Like, who cares if it's a blowout? Like, just bet the favorite if you think it's going to be blowouts. Enjoy your win. I mean, so like the Chiefs Steelers game, like Patrick Mahomes, he's one of the best young quarterbacks. It's fun to watch. We get to get more games of Pat Mahomes, and Ben Roethlisberger. We get to see him end his
One
career in
last
the
time.
playoffs. Yeah, he gets to come out one last time, and you get to see him get old Yellered on national television. But hey, he gets to go out the right way. So, yeah, it's just I don't know why anybody, if you're a fan of betting and a fan of football, why you would be upset about more games.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
I want more games. I'm getting sad as the year goes on because we're almost
Yep.
done. Honestly,
yeah. So as we look at the games ahead now, they're all great games, but obviously we don't have a lot of them because we're that time of the year. So what game are we going to start with here? Let's go ahead and look ahead at these lines.
I guess we could start with the first game, Tennessee and
Yep.
Titans and the Bengals, right? That's the first game on Saturday.
Yep, Saturday 3:30 Central Time.
How much disrespect is that to the
Bengals.
to the Titans? Like the Titans are the number 1 seed and they get the early afternoon slot.
Yeah.
I mean, who else would you put there?
Well, I mean, I would say technically you should be putting the lower
Bills,
seeded
Chiefs.
games. Yeah, like
Yeah,
normally you'd probably put Bills, Chiefs, or Bucks, Rams.
but
at
they're
one of
so
the-
good. Like those matchups are like prime time.
I know. I'm just saying, like, if I'm the Titans, I'm looking at that as almost like disrespect. Like, hey, we're the number 1 seed. We should get some.
I
Respect.
wonder if
for
that
prime
was
that
time.
game.
set after they knew the matchups because everybody was like, "Oh, the Bills Chiefs is a better game," or if it was like,
I know. It makes you
predetermined.
wonder.
yeah,
What's the line for the game for the Bengals Titans?
Bengals Titans right now. The Titans are favored by 3.5.
Mm.
The Titans
Tough.
are.
Titans are. It's a tough number. 3.5. Over under is 47.5.
Do you know if Derrick Henry's playing?
Yeah.
He should be. Yep. And the Bengals are missing 2 defensive tackles, which is that important for stopping a running back? Maybe a little bit. Give me the Titans minus 3.5.
Ooh.
Give me an
Really?
alternate line. Titans minus 6.5.
I would
Tit-
play that one.
Titans win by 2 scores.
Really? That confident?
Yep. I feel I do think Tennessee's been underrated, including by myself. I think they're kind of underwhelming compared to what some number 1 seeds have been in the past.
It's
But I
not
think they're-
flashy football.
But I think they're far and away better than the Bengals. I think Vrabel's a really good coach. He is he's 8-0 in his career in games he's coached with more than a week's time to prepare.
Jeez.
Wow.
Okay,
Um,
that stat alone, I'll take the Titans.
I think he's an underrated head coach. Derrick Henry being back is huge, not just because the team's good, better with him and he's good, but I think for the morale of that team, I think, like you said, they do have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, thinking, hey, everyone's writing us off and we're the best seed in the AFC. Like I think they come into the point to prove. I think it's a huge letdown spot for the Bengals. They've just won their first playoff game in a million years, and to come to win a game on the road after you just had an emotional win at home. Another stat is I forget the exact number, but underdogs, actually this applies to the Niners, but basically teams in the wild card round who are lower seeded and win their first game at home and then have to go on the road to a higher seeded team the next game, it's just a huge letdown spot normally. So yeah.
Well, if based on those stats you gave me, I'm gonna take the Titans minus 3.5 and the under.
Okay.
It feels like if you're gonna be doing if you're gonna win the game the Titans way, it's gonna be an under game.
Interesting. I like the Bengals. I like what I saw last week. I'm basing off that obviously, and I didn't see the Titans last week, so that doesn't mean anything at all, obviously. But I like the under too because I feel like it's gonna be under type of game. Was it 46? You said
47.5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bengals plus 3.5 and the under because the Titans could still win.
Yep.
By
Yeah,
field
it's
goal.
true.
So
It's true.
yeah,
The 3.5 is a tough line.
yeah. But I like how Burrow. I think they'll keep it close. So It'll be interesting.
You know,
Alright.
you mentioned Niners Packers and the stat about what was the stat about?
Trying to find it right now. I'll try to have that before we get to that game. But
Oh, well,
basically, so with I forget the exact number, but I'll still throw it out there, and you can just trust me. But teams that win in the wild card round as an underdog, they win, they get the upset. They're like 4-30, I think is the number. The next game going on the road.
got it. Okay.
And it was like 1 for the last 17, but the team that did it was San Francisco, I think. But it was some kind of stat like that where it's like basically if you get a big upset win on the road in the wild card round and then have to go on the road again, yeah, your odds are obviously low
You know why San Francisco probably was able to win?
because they played the Packers.
Yes. That's why.
I probably was that game. And so yeah, let's go to that next game because I think we're all hoping the same happens. The Niners +6 on the road. Over unders 47.
I will take money line. What's the money line for that?
Plus 200.
That's sexy. I like that.
Let's go.
I like that. I like those odds, even though I know the whole world's going to take the Packers, which is why I want the 49ers. Because everyone's just a bandwagon Packers fan now, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Don't do it. You scumbag.
This is one of those. This is one of those scenarios where I look at it and I'm like, is it worth it to put like $1 down on the Packers -6 and then also like 50 cents on the Niners money line, like in hopes that the money line hits for the Niners and I can, but you know what I mean? Like it would cover my losses, obviously.
Richie, mute his mic, please, for the remainder of the show.
I'll be honest.
I get where you're going, though.
If you want to do something more like, I guess, to get your money back, you should just bet on Garoppolo with the under, whatever yards.
So a few things. So first of all, I would love nothing more than the Niners to just absolutely destroy, like tear a new one in Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And I do feel like of all the teams that the Packers could have drawn from the wild card round, that was possible for them to draw, the Niners are probably the toughest matchup for them. But that being said, we don't know the status of Nick Bosa. We don't know. There's been some mystery on Twitter I've been seeing about the health of Jimmy Garoppolo. The line started on Sunday at -3, and now it's -6. And so that's kind of like, there's been a lot of like rumors about Trey Lance maybe getting the start or at least seeing some playing time. So I just don't know. There's just too many things in the air right now. And the Packers, meanwhile, are getting all their healthy guys back. And the Packers they haven't totally failed at winning playoff games in the past. It's just been winning that championship game. And this is the divisional round. So like, as much as I want to see the Niners, and I will play money on the Niners, I will never play money on the Packers unless it's like,
good.
Unless it's like, crazy, unless it's
life
like,
or death, gun to your head.
Right, like that situation, I guess. But
That'd be the most Aaron Rodgers thing ever, to lose, to be the final thing to finally kill you.
Oh my word.
That would happen to me, honestly. I'd feel like if that happened to me and I bet the Packers and like gun to my head, they would lose on purpose and kill me. Like that's what would happen. That's how much they fucking hate
As
me.
the trigger's pulled, you hear one last whisper, "I own you, Richie."
But for you who are viewing, for your betting interests, I would just say, like, I think the Packers have this one. I don't know how much they'll win by. It definitely feels like they've got this one though, just because again, I just don't see what I want happening. I will root for it, and I will root for it hard, and I will put money on the Niners money line, but I just don't. I don't feel like it's probably going to profit.
What's the weather
Yeah.
like in Lambeau this weekend? Is it gonna be cold? Do you think?
Probably cold.
negative.
Probably. I remember last year before the Buccaneers came in and beat them, which was awesome. Last year, I remember on that Sunday of that game, I saw multiple Packers people on Twitter, like they tweeted out, they're like, "Today was the perfect Sunday. I woke up, stepped outside to get the newspaper, and there were 3 inches of fresh snow on the ground, and it's below 10 degrees and blah 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 blah. It's like this is the perfect weather for the Packers to advance the Super Bowl."
And then
It's like-
Brady dropped 9 inches in the Packers on
That's
live
right.
television.
That's right. Yeah, but so I have no idea what the weather's going to be like, but I could see Packers fans saying the same thing, like oh, there's that scent in the air, there's the chill in the air. The Packers are going to win today, like something stupid.
Yeah, it's gonna be 17 degrees on Sunday.
Oh, it's not too bad.
Low 6.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, based on everything that's been said, I'm not going to pick a side in this because I think the most likely thing is the Packers went in, but I don't like the number still.
Yeah, it's kind
And
of strange.
I just refuse to be rooting against my bet. So I do think it's interesting. Niners. If I'm going to take them, I would do what you did, Richie. I'd just take them money line. Like if you're going to bet on underdogs in the NFL playoffs, it doesn't seem like they're really back to recovery, and it's because there's a lot of blowouts. Like I'm just going to take them money line. I feel like if they're going to keep it close, they'll either win or they're just not going to cover. So maybe with at plus 200, I'd put a small bet on that. But I think the bet here is the under. I think why this is interesting is because the Packers have the 31st ranked run defense, and the Niners run the ball really well, and they run the ball in an interesting way with Debo. So it's a slightly different look than just a standard running game. So I think the run game could make things interesting, but more than that, the run game is going to shorten the game. It's going to be long drives. I think you're looking at maybe if the Niners have a long drive and then have a turnover in the red zone, well, you're already on track for a good under, So yeah, I think that's the play.
I also like touchdown props. I like Devontae Adams touchdown, and I like Debo Samuel touchdown. So I'll probably bet those two. Not really scream when Adams does touchdown. I'm like, fuck you, but you want my money, that type of deal. But yeah,
I think if you're looking for like another touchdown prop that might be maybe where the odds are a little bit better, I think an Aaron Rodgers touchdown prop would be a pretty good bet.
All right, so if you do Devontae Adams and Debo Samuel by themselves, it's plus 225.
Love it.
If you add Aaron Rodgers, he's plus 500. That brings your total bet to plus 1,600 for Rodgers, Adams, and Samuel. That's not bad.
Do you think there's gonna be defensive touchdown? Because that's a good one too. I love those.
Rodgers
Pick
doesn't
six.
throw pick sixes. I don't know
But
how
Jimmy
often
G
they
does.
fumble. Jimmy G might, and I know their secondary is decent, but I just don't know.
I don't think I would play a
I
defensive
wouldn't.
touchdown in this game.
Special teams touchdown because the Packers special team are garbage. Maybe.
Actually, you know what I heard on the Niners Cowboys game? They were saying that the Niners had one of the worst special teams in the league, which is hilarious because so did the Packers.
The Packers special teams
Battle
in
of
that
the
Bears
specials.
game. The Bears game should have been enough to fire every special teams staff on the Packers. Just an atrocious. Didn't the Bears have like 3 special teams touchdowns or takeaways in that game?
They had
a punt
yeah,
return,
they
a
had,
kickoff return, and then a muffed punt that was recovered or something, or an onside
so
kick.
They had the punt return for the touchdown.
Yeah,
they did recover an onside kick. They had a muff punt they recovered, and then they had another muff punt that was taken away because of a dumb penalty where they said the one player ran on the sidelines. So like, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The Bears basically won that game, is what we're saying.
Yes. If you don't recall, but I recall. They won.
Yeah, and I recall the Bears winning by a lot.
Speaking of another game, the Bears almost won against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's go to that game now.
That's right. They did beat the Buccaneers last year, though.
They did.
Yeah, you figured out what down it was on. That was great.
Yeah. We got Rams at Bucks. Rams are getting 2.5 points on the road. Total is 48.5.
Only 2.5 points on the road.
Wow.
So that's interesting.
So they
because
basically think the Rams are like a point better.
I don't buy that at all.
Nope, I don't either.
That's a load of BS, if you ask me.
A lot
I
of
mean,
people
to
like
me. Oh my. Okay. It's Matt Stafford. It's not going to happen. Okay. Buccaneers
that's
minus
fair.
2.5. What's the over under?
48.5.
Over.
Yeah.
Over and Bucks minus 2.5. Done. Like, move on. I'm done.
It's gonna be a shootout.
Anytime. Coop up. Time. Gronk. Done. Move on.
Okay. Cooper Kupp, Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, let's see here. And then Bucks. Let's do Bucks minus 2.5, Kupp touchdown, Gronk touchdown, plus 500.
And what's
That's
the
great.
over? Add the over.
Over 48.5 gets you to plus 750.
Whoa,
That's juicy.
baby.
That's some
Now
money
we're
right there.
Now we're talking.
I like those touchdown props a lot. Yeah, give me the Bucks. I think everybody loves to hype up underdogs. Everybody's high on what the Rams just did. And when it comes down to it, though, I could be okay with betting the Bucks and losing. I'd be like, hey, you know what? The Rams are better than I thought. I cannot bet against Brady and lose money that way, because then after the game, I'm just going to look at myself like, why would you have even done that? Why would you bet against Brady in the playoffs? Like, there's some bets that it's like, okay, I can live with being wrong if I bet this way. I can't live with being wrong if I bet against
Correct.
this, you know?
2018, I bet Brady against the Eagles, which the Eagles had won the Super
Yep.
Bowl. I was really pissed, but I didn't regret it because
Like,
I bet
hey,
Brady. You know, what
I
mean?
still was
So-
on the right side. It's just
Yep.
one of those games. Tip of the cap to the Eagles, you know?
All right,
Exactly. Yeah.
I just placed that parlay. So we're
Plus
locked
750.
in. Yep.
Nice.
Attaboy.
So yeah, Bucks minus 2.5, and I'm very confident in. I know that there's been injuries. I know that the Rams have been playing well recently. I know the Rams beat them in the regular season. Like, there's a lot of reasons why people are hyping up the Rams. To me, this just comes down to Brady versus
No.
Stafford, and it's a very easy bet.
Experience.
Did
Yeah.
you? And I mean, I don't know. In my opinion, I know it was the Eagles, but in my opinion, the Buccaneers defense looked to be almost in last year's form, the way they looked against the Eagles. Like
They're peaking at the right time too.
yeah, Shaquille Barrett was just flying all over the field from what I saw. Like, that's what
Yep.
you need to see.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. Were you
I
on
totally
Bucks
agree.
too, Richie, or what was your
Yep.
pick on this one?
Totally on the Bucks. Bucks over. I do like Gronk, and I do like whatever your bet was.
Cooper
I
Cup.
love that bet. Yeah,
The
love that
over, the Bucks, Cup, and Gronk. I do like that too. I'll be
bet. I love
playing
that bet. Yeah, because there's always a game where Brady's going to pass the Gronk. I mean, yeah, there's also Mike Evans. I'll probably
But
add Mike Evans too.
Jalen Ramsey's going to be on Evans all game. You know Gronk's going to get a
True,
bunch of
true,
looks
true.
in the red zone. Yeah, I like Gronk a lot in that.
Who's the running back for the Bucks?
I don't even know
Also-
because
Yeah, they
Lenny's
switched.
out still, isn't he?
Is it good? It's not Rojo either, right? He's out too.
Yeah, they were both. Ronald Jones and Fournette were both out last week. I thought I heard one of them was going to be back this week.
What
though.
is his name? Well, let's look at rushing props.
Ronald Jones? Is that you're talking
They
about?
don't have.
I
rushing
do like the
props
running back
posted.
too because Brady likes to hand it off if they're close enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so this should tell you all you need to know. They don't even have rushing props posted yet, so they probably don't even know
Yeah.
who's available.
Well, Cam Akers is back too.
So
He came
Leonard
off the
Fournette
injury,
on anytime touchdowns is minus 121,
so I'm assuming he's playing.
then-
then.
and then after that is Keyshawn Vaughn.
Yeah,
He's
that's
the
right.
other name. So but if Fournette's minus 121, they're probably
definitely
counting on
playing.
him scoring. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Of course. Yeah. Playoff money. Why
That'd be
not?
huge if he played. Yeah.
Yeah, they need him.
Oh, sneaky. Okay, if you are wanting an underrated pick for the Rams, I feel like every time I watch the Rams this season, Van Jefferson scores a touchdown. So
that's a good pull.
Yeah,
Just-
that's a good one.
so like I'm not saying it's guaranteed money, but if you're wanting to be a little risky, Van Jefferson's plus 330 on his own.
Ooh.
Yeah,
How about Robert Woods? That's a good one,
Robert
too.
Woods.
Yeah, that's a good.
They have a lot of weapons. See, that's the thing. Like it's
Yeah.
Matt
Is not
Stafford
on
and his
this
weapons.
list.
So like,
Oh,
if,
he's been out though, hasn't he? Robert Woods is
Yeah,
injured,
he's not
right?
on this list. Yeah.
okay, then not.
But
then
yeah,
that's
you're
not
right.
it.
It's tough when teams have a lot of weapons. It's kind of like the Titans. Like, okay, am I going to bet a Julio Jones or an AJ Brown? You know, like it's hard to.
Mhm.
One guy could, and one guy gets 2 touchdowns, the other guy doesn't get any. You know, it's tough.
And Brady likes to pass the ball around to anyone. Like
Yeah,
it's weird. It's not just Evans. There'll be like
yeah. Find
random
like
people.
a backup offensive lineman
Cameron
anytime
Brate.
touchdown. Yeah, he'll throw it to some like 4th string tight end in the red zone.
Yeah, it's
You
crazy.
could OJ Howard plus
Yeah.
800.
But Brady has too many weapons. That's why he's won Super Bowls.
Stafford.
Throwing touchdowns to 4-foot tall special teamers.
If you think Stafford is gonna pull a fake spike touchdown QB sneak,
There you go.
that's a plus 800 for Matthew Stafford anytime.
What's
touchdown.
what's
what?
a Tom Brady anytime touchdown score?
Plus 600?
That's actually less than Stafford. Jeez.
Yeah. And if you want to bet on former Notre Dame wide receiver Ben Skoranek to score a touchdown,
Let's go.
he is plus 800 as well.
Wow. Good
Even first
information.
touchdown, it's like plus 1600 probably.
Yeah, Antonio Brown anytime touchdown score.
That'd be great.
All right, last game of the day, of the slate, and probably the most anticipated game for most people. We have the Bills on the road in Kansas City. Bills are the underdogs, getting plus 1.5. I have flip-flopped on this game.
I love the Bills.
Yeah.
Give me the Bills.
Give me the
Let's
Bills.
go.
Bills
Go
Mafia,
Wagons.
baby.
Let's go.
I'm gonna circle the wagon so bad.
Our
I love the
episode
Chiefs
hasn't.
too, but like
Yeah.
it's
And
just
the over. Way over.
Yeah, the over feels like a no-brainer.
Use the points betting feature. Okay. We're looking at over 70 in this game. Okay.
I think both teams are in the 30s in this game. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Is
in
it- Where's it at? Is it in Buffalo?
no, it's in Kansas City.
Kansas City, the weather should be
Ooh.
decent.
I don't care, dude.
Josh
Bills.
Allen, man, just came off. I think that's the best performance in NFL
No
playoff
punts.
history I've ever
Perfect
seen.
offensive game.
No field goals, no punts, no turnovers.
Yeah.
Every drive
Yeah.
was a touchdown until
I know-
they kneeled it down.
I
It's
know
like
the
a
Chiefs
Madden
are
like type of thing. It's crazy.
the Chiefs are still good. I know, but I think Edwards-Helaire is still going to be out. Both teams have looked good and looked bad at times this year. I think both teams are going to basically have offenses that are going to be able to score as many times as they want. It's just going to come down to which defense can make like 2 or 3 stops. And the Bills have the better defense.
Yeah.
So
Bills look great.
So the over under on passing yards for both quarterbacks is 280 and a half.
both overs.
Oh, both overs. Yeah.
Wow.
That's it. That sounds so
the-
minuscule.
What's the touchdown prop? Anytime touchdown scorer, Mitch Trubisky.
I doubt he's on here.
That would be awesome. Let's see.
I picked Travis Kelce though as a anytime
Mitch
touchdown.
Trubisky, 3+ touchdowns.
Just to tick off the Packers fans, though, you could bet Jake Kumaro plus 1,000 for any time touchdown.
I forgot about him. Man.
Let's see.
I got
don't-
Stephon Diggs and Travis Kelce anytime touchdown.
Stephon Diggs is plus 125. I love that. You
Wow,
get-
that's good odds.
Yeah.
Kelsey's -1. Kelsey's the favorite, minus
Yeah.
121. But if you throw those together,
The problem is the last game they threw to everyone except Stephon Diggs for a touchdown.
Yep.
Like
right.
I was so
Um,
pissed.
So that means he's due. They'll target him this game for sure.
Yeah.
Another option is Knox for anytime touchdown.
Knox is great. Yeah.
Plus
First
200.
touchdown.
This is a huge revenge spot too from last year's game. You remember Stephon Diggs stayed on the field, like which players do all the time, and it's overhyped or whatever. But he did that, like he stayed on the field to watch the Chiefs
Confetti.
celebrate afterwards and stuff. So he's pissed. He's gonna score a touchdown for sure, and the Bills are gonna win this game. And I don't want the 1.5. Give me the money line. Like if it's just 1.5 points, then
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, money line. We're gonna go through a table, guys. Let's do it.
let's go. Actually, it's barely a difference. The Bills plus 1.5 is minus 105. Bills money line is plus 105. So it's like,
And this tells you what everybody thinks about the Bills in Kansas City's running game. So they have Devin Singletary over 60 and a half.
okay.
Then they have Josh Allen over 50 and a half and Pat Mahomes over 25.5. There's no running backs listed for Kansas City. Devin Singletary is the only running back listed on the rushing props.
That's
Wow.
I wouldn't mind like a Stephon Diggs rushing prop or a passing prop. There's gonna be a trick play in this.
So
game.
has Mahomes been sacked a lot lately or something? Because over 25.5 for Mahomes is plus 100.
Well, the sacks would count against his passing yards anyway, right?
I don't remember, but I would be very tempted to take that. Plus 100, 25.5. Mahomes scrambles
So
quite
that's
a
like
bit.
2 rushes. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Bills defense is going to be on him, I feel like. So maybe that's why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I love the Bills and the over. Actually, if I'm just going to do same game parlay, Bills money line and the over plus 270.
Can you add the anytime touchdowns?
Travis Kelce,
Kelsey and Diggs. What does it bring it up to?
plus 900.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, saucy.
I love that.
All right, cool. Right now, here we go. Oh, baby. That is
Love
a
those
sight
picks.
This is
to
so
behold.
juicy. I think that's why I like the playoffs too, because you could bet more in the same game instead of more spread out, where like you're just like, what is going on? But at least with these, you can focus on the game and like actually watch the game.
Yep. The
And,
best
like, rather
day
than
of
red zone,
picks.
where you're
Yeah,
just like,
exactly.
yeah.
The best day of picks I've ever had was the Super Bowl last year, where I had all those props. Then I picked the Bucks to win, which they were the underdogs. Like all those.
That was
bets
one of the
were-
best bets I've ever had. Was I bet Rob Gronkowski first touchdown score,
Yep.
and that was what
Yeah.
happened in the Super Bowl.
That's
It is so
awesome.
much better because you just focus on one game at a time, and it's a lot of fun. So, all right, good stuff. Any final bets or thoughts?
I'm playing Bulls Cleveland right now. I've got Bulls plus 3, Io DeSumo over 10.5 points, Vucevic over 1.5 3-pointers made, and Vucevic over 11.5 points scored. And halftime, and I think I'm on pace for pretty much all of that.
Nice. I've got let's see. I've got a weird one. I've got Cole Anthony from the Magic over 5.5 rebounds. I have Spencer Dinwiddie over 14.5 points. D'Angelo Russell over 6.5 assists. And Miles Bridges over 1.5 three-pointers made. That's plus 1,300 basically. That's not bad. Yeah. And then I have the Bulls and the over.
Bulls money line.
Bulls money line and the over.
Well, they should hit the over.
Yeah.
What was the over under?
I think like 214 or something.
Oh yeah, they're on pace. It's 58-49 at halftime.
Yeah, they're just about to go on the court right now for the second half.
Yeah. So they're exactly at halfway, right? 58 plus 49 is that 107, I think. And if 214 is the over,
Yeah,
you're right on pace.
yeah. Let's probably follow to add, and then they'll make it. They'll make it.
Very good. Well, I don't have any more parting thoughts other than place all your money on the Bucks and the Bills. In fact, if you want to, go ahead and place a future bet on the Bills and the Bucks because that's going to be your Super Bowl matchup.
I was thinking about
Calling
putting money on the the Bills to win it all.
It is going to be such a bad year to be a table if the Bills win the Super Bowl.
No, it'll be great for the companies because they'll be selling out tables. We should build a table company.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good for our environment to just trash all these plastic tables and immediately just dispose of them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
3-leg parlay. Tennessee Titans minus 3.5. Buffalo Bills money line. Tampa Bucks minus 2.5. Skipping the Packers game in that. Plus 697.
Woo!
Placing that. All right. Good stuff,
That's
guys.
nice. That is
All right.
nice.
We'll see you guys next week for the what do you call it? What's
Championship
called?
weekend.
Yep.
What is it?
Championship weekend.
Championship weekend.
You're gonna have. I'm
Where
telling
the
you right now.
Packers
You're
go
gonna
to
have
die.
Bills and Titans, and you're gonna have Packers and Bucks, and you're gonna end up with Bucks Bills Super Bowl.
I would love both of those matchups. Would be very
That'd be so
interesting.
fun.
Yep.
All right.
Let's go.
Go Niners.